Man, oh man, I'm gonna make this video, but if I see the Bussy Brothers in a knuckle dragger clip coming on the channel talking about that's impossible, he gonna knock him out in the first round. I'm blocking you. I'm letting you know straight off the rip. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. If the Bussy Brothers come in, and the Bussy Brothers know exactly who they are, man. And the Neanderthals and the motherfucking pilgrims, the settlers. If the settlers come in here, the knuckle draggers or the Bussy Brothers, I'm gonna let y'all know right off the top. Y'all got to go. Enough of that. I'm making this video because of I believe a fight that's gonna go down, and don't. I hope Bob don't fuck this fight up because this fight will get a chance to prove that if Terrence Crawford is really, really pound for pound. Because everything Shawn Porter like to do is contrary to what Terrence Crawford do to win his fights. Now I'm gonna give you an example. Terrence Crawford likes a person in front of him basically doing the same thing over and over again, and he found out their little tendencies. He found out he breaks their rhythm up. He finds out where they like to place their jab, where their head like to be at when they come back from throwing the left hook. And he collect all this information, and then he start going to work with you. Sometimes he cross over he'll look at it from the orthodox stand, then he cross over. He already know what you once Terrence Crawford cross over from right to left. He already know enough about you to start lining you up for that tremendous right hook or one of his leaping lefts. If he already know your tendencies, and that's what he do from the beginning. But with Shawn Porter, what would make Shawn Porter a hard fight is because Shawn Porter don't come straight in. He comes in at full blast, either smothering his own shot and will smother your work. He will smother everything you like to do. He will smother it. Then he'll start working on the inside. And if Terrence Crawford come in there with his same old strategy, he may get into a dogfight with one of the most brutalest persons that ever was in welterweight. He's a very brutal fighter, and his body will get attacked, his will get attacked, and whatever you do, it's not going to slow this motherfucker down unless you put him on his ass a couple of times. But let me explain how Terrence Crawford will have a little problems if he don't make adjustments very fast. Terrence Crawford, while he's sitting back getting into his rhythm and figuring you out, Shawn Porter he's already warmed up. He's already in the fight from word go until ding ding ding. He's coming in brawling with you, and I don't believe that Terrence Crawford going to be able to gather enough information to catch him with some counters and hurt him. I believe Earl Spencer's going to have to use his feet, his footwork, and his long jab the whole fight. And I don't know if he's comfortable of fighting the whole fight on the outside, because he kind of did it with Benavidez, because Benavidez was staying tight and wasn't throwing no punches, and it took sorry about that, y'all. And these niggas need to fight so much, man. Every time I mention one, they almost I forget the word I wanted to use, but they names almost synonymous with each other. But I believe Terrence Crawford can win this fight, but he would have to fight a fight that he haven't fought before. The fight he fought against Benavidez won't be effective. All of his 30-something fight, Shawn Porter, he never seen nothing like Shawn Porter. So he would have to fight a different fight to beat Shawn Porter. If not, he gonna find himself getting beat up in there. He gonna have to become physical and use his range all at the same time. He gonna have to use that He gonna have to use every bit of his 74 inch reach. Pause. You gotta pause that shit. He got to use every bit of his reach for Shawn Porter, because Shawn Porter gonna keep lunging in, and he don't look. He's not as barbaric as he not as bar. You see how he just switch pivot. You see how he just pivot. He should have went to the body when he pivot. That's what I was taught. If you pivot, go low when you pivot, then go up, because that'll make them drop their hands. That'll make them drop their hands. You can either fake. You can pivot and fake it to the body. You can pivot and fake it to the body and let them drop their hands and catch them with the left hook. That's what he could have did there. But sometimes a lot of these guys are not true to old school. That shit was ingrained in my head. I would feint and make a nigga miss his jab, or I use a little deception, make like I'm closer to him, make him shoot his jab, and hit him with the left uppercut. Then turn him with a pivot and see can I catch him with the left hook. These are the type of employees I used to do back when I used to. Every day I go in the gym, I work on something different. I would hit it. Back then we didn't do a whole lot of mitts. We usually used the pumping bag. I said the pumping bag. What the fuck? The pumping bag, the punching bag to work out some new setups, some new angles. This will be a fight of angles. Terrence Crawford will have to use angles and use his leverage and use his jab. And he can't just throw the same type of jab. He got to throw it. He got to set it up in rhythms. He got to shoot it from different directions, and plus he got to change the speed of it. For Shawn Porter can't time it, because he throw it the same thing. Shawn Porter just gonna come right over top of it, catch you with a punch. But these are things that will make Shawn Porter be a hard fight, because of the way he come in. He don't come in the same way. He's so unpredictable. How can you guess which way he gonna come in to time him? It's almost impossible to time him unless he gets sloppy like he did with Adrian Broner and get caught with something he just didn't see. And that shit almost knocked him out cold, because I believe it was from draining himself down to 44, and that made him kind of weak. But Adrian Broner, that was an easy fight for Adrian Broner to beat. But Adrian Broner was partying all night in Vegas. I knew somebody that was in his camp, and he was telling me when we talked on the phone that was in his camp, and he was gambling all night long, fucking bitches. It was like a party instead of a training camp. It was like a Soul Train dancers and shit. It was going down the line and shit. But Shawn Porter is so unpredictable that sometimes I don't think he know what he gonna do. If a nigga is so unpredictable, he fighting like he in a back alley brawl somewhere in West Baltimore, a Pier 6 brawls down in Hillbilly Land. He fight like a wild motherfucker, man. He fight like a wild street fighter with skills. That would make him so dangerous, because he's so unpredictable. You don't know how to time him. You don't know if he coming in with a motherfucker Coco Beware headbutt or a motherfucking Dirty Dick Slater elbow. You don't know what the fuck this nigga gonna do. Go back and watch his Birdo fight, man. Birdo didn't know what to do, man. He had Birdo crying to the referee, and Birdo is a super tough dude. Y'all watch this, man. He had Birdo crying in there. And Birdo is a tough motherfucker. You don't see Birdo. We killing this nigga Bodo and shit. I'm fucking up today, man. I'm a little tired, But yeah, man. Shawn Porter is a load to deal with. I believe it's after having. If he get Brooks and Porter on his resume, both by knockouts, Terrence Crawford not Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence have a problem. Errol Spence have a serious problem if Terrence Crawford beat Porter. Porter would be my next up. Even if I had to come out my pocket with $500,000, I would get Porter in the ring, pay him what he's worth, and put him on my resume. Then y'all can just go to the negotiation table with that. But after knocking out Porter and Brook, He have a case. He have a strong case, man. But I'm not gonna get into the A side, B side. I think that's like two women fussing over how much flour to put in, how much flour or water to put into the pound cake is irrelevant to a grown man. How much another man make, who should come out first, who should be in the blue corner, who should be in the red corner, and all that type of shit. No, man. But I believe Terrence Crawford will have to keep Shawn Porter on the outside, and that's not no easy task to do. He would have to keep him on the outside. But that's why this fight is so important. Bud Crawford will have to use his legs the whole fight. Use his legs, his range, his long rangey jab. He will have to use a lot of angles to keep Shawn Porter setting up, resetting, setting and resetting, and keep him busy with the jab on the outside, and then pile up some points. And then if you got enough energy down the stretch, try to finish him off. And you must be committed to the body, also to beat Shawn Porter. But this why the Shawn Porter and Terrence Crawford will be a classic, and this why Shawn Porter and Terrence Crawford will. I forgot what I was gonna say, but this why this will prove that Terrence Crawford is a warrior, man, and he's a very good fighter.